Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So one of my observations is currently that the Solana chart and the Cardano chart both move in very similar ways. We currently have here with Solana also the situation that we are back in this, or that we are still in this target area between $30 and $55 that we reached finally after many months of talking about it and the waiting for this to be reached. Someone actually put in the comments a few days ago. So obviously my view has been all the time that we are going lower, lower, lower. Here then we reached an area where I said the low could be in, and that person claimed I said the correction was over here. No, I never said the correction was over here. I always said that the price now, as it reached the original target area, which originally started at $100, because it reached that 61.8% fib level, it has done what it needs to do to complete the correction, and from here it now has a chance to move up. It didn't mean it has to move up, and we are now in a situation like this. But I stated throughout here that especially as we didn't break through the $143 level, that this was not a 5-wave move, it was a 3-wave move, and that the likelihood we come down once more is very high. And this is what we're doing, and what we did, we came down in this impulsive move down, and we're now sort of in this target area between the 78.6 and the 88.7% fib level, basically between $30 and $55. Here, however, we need to turn around. If Solana drops below this level, it's not going to look good for Solana. I will give it one more chance to drop down to the $20 level if it has to really, which is this area here where we had massive support back in April 21, May, June, July. So in this area here where we actually back then created some kind of a triangle pattern. I remember that back then, out of which we broke out to the upside. So you move up, consolidate, triangle is a neutral pattern, and then you broke up. Here we've obviously reached now that target area, and here we really now have, it's the last chance for Solana to really turn around. This is really the last chance, but also an ideal level for a retracement in such a wave 2, because this was a wave 1 impulse, this is a corrective wave 2, and we've reached this area between the 78 and the 88.7% fib level that many other cryptos reached as well. And as I said, it moves very similar to the Cardano chart at the moment. So what we have here is an ascending triangle. So you can draw here an ascending triangle. Different ways of doing it. You could just use the candle bodies like this, which makes the whole triangle a little bit less steep. Or you just use the wick down here and you have a bit more of a steepness in there. Whichever way is going to work out in the end, I don't know. So we need to keep it a bit flexible. But with that, we are making obviously higher highs and we're moving closer to that $55 level. That is obviously on our way to the upside if the correction is finished already, which personally I don't think so. But we also always need to keep in mind that there's always more downside potential possible. So let me just explain. So first of all, more imminently, we are obviously here in this ascending triangle, a potential reversal pattern, also a potential W that we can see here. So it is some kind of a reversal pattern that we could see here. But to fulfill that, we need to break above that neckline, that previous rejection point, and that is $55. That is also the 78.6% fib level. If we break above that, we can quite easily, I think, reach the $75 level. So as a potential trade setup here. A lot of people will go long here, so be aware of that. Could be a fake out as it was pretty much here. But there isn't much support or resistance in this area. That is also why I told you back then, if we drop below $75, we're probably going to go down quite quickly, all the way down to 55, which eventually happened. There was one retest, which is amazing, and then we dropped down. So on the way up, it should be the same story. Maybe we go up, maybe retest once more that $55 level and then move up. Again, bit confusion last time in the video. Someone said in the comments, right, I say the overall correction isn't finished, but I say it's going to go up or something, or it was the other way around. No, we have to distinguish between the actual medium term and the short term. So short term, of course, when we break to the upside here of that level, there is of course short term upside possible. But overall, because looking at the Bitcoin chart as well, I don't think the overall correction is finished yet. And therefore, of course, we could do something like this. You move up, retest, move up to 75, get rejected, and make one more lower bounce, and come down to the $30 level. And from here, then we finish that overall correction. But somewhere in this green target area, ideally, Solana will finish that overall correction. Therefore, I said in many videos so far that the next low could be the last one. Every low could now be the last one. We've reached the target area. Here, the price needs to turn around. If it doesn't, it gets problems. The only way to really play this sort of safely, and I've mentioned that now a few times, but I have to repeat it because there are new viewers and it's really an important message. From an Elliott wave point of view, we need a first impulse to the upside. So we need to wait until we have 5 waves that show an upside move. Yeah, we don't have that yet. I think we only have 2 here so far. Maybe the third is already starting. But we need the 5 waves. If we don't get the 5 waves, then we are only in a corrective move up. Then we do something like that. And that would indicate that we are going to come in a 5-wave move down again, because these are always, you have a 3-wave move, then a 5-wave move, and so on. It is important in which direction which one goes. So if the 5 waves go up, that indicates the trend is changing to the upside, which would be an indicator that the whole downtrend is over. And then you wait for a 3-wave move down as well. Yeah, and then we can go in. Then this is probably the safest way to play it. Yeah. No financial advice, but it's the safest way to play it, because then you have more certainty that the low is already in and that the trend has changed. Okay, but yeah, we need to break above $55, then 75, and you can see that's a massive area of resistance here, where we probably will have some difficulties to break through 75 and 81. But until we get above that level, we don't even need to talk about the correction is over. Yeah, we don't even need to talk about it, because this is a massive area of resistance. Only above that we can unlock levels all the way up to 122, and then 143, and then 158. Support wise, yes, very important is that $30 level. As I said, the 88.7% Fibonacci level, and that is really everything I can tell you today. Very interesting will be how the weekly candle close is going to look like. Maybe let's take a final look here on the daily, the indicators. So here you can see the MACD, which is starting to reduce negative momentum, but overall, so the lines are still not really getting closer to each other, not much. So we need to wait here for a real turnaround, and then as soon as the blue line is going to cross the 0 line, that would then be a potential buy entry or buy signal. That typically works quite well, but again, it's only one indicator. We don't really have a bullish divergence here, so really a bit of skepticism here at the moment from my side. Yeah, there's no guarantee we break above $55, so it's really here currently a time where the market is waiting for a signal really, or the market needs to make the decision, because it's weekend, volume a bit lower, but it's good that we can identify here some kind of a consolidation pattern, have a triangle here, and if this is going to become an ascending triangle, or maybe it is really only here a symmetrical triangle, it doesn't really matter, because we need to wait for the breakout anyway, and just need to wait. Yeah, we need to have that breakout confirmed, and if we draw it like a symmetrical triangle, when we break out, then we should see an increase in volume after the breakout, and that breakout could happen imminently. Yeah, and if this is going to play out as an ascending triangle, where we have an ascending trend line here, and then we have horizontal resistance here, we need to move above the previous rejection point, which is here around 55 to 56 US dollars to move higher anyway. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.